When that high sun was just misting over, the silver coupe continued to run along the expressway. Soon we would be at the Katsuragawa parking area. Moving slower, we drove in what could be called a slow resting pace. Say, you want to take a break next? Oh, that was a weird sound. Okay, what's wrong? I see. It wasn't too surprising. Just before, she had been so excited, and originally, we were even more sick than ordinary sick people, so it was probably natural. Well, I'll go buy you something. Alright, I'll go quickly buy something. You just said that, homie! Slam. Rushing over to the nearby shop, I bought things that weren't much different from what I would buy at a convenience store. Here, a Pocari and a rice bowl and also fries. Those were the words she replied with, but she just took them and didn't move to eat. Even though normally she would have started eating the fries first. You alright? Could it be that you're starting to feel bad? No! Satsumi! I see. Medicine ran out. That was something I'd feared. Well, no, something that could easily be imagined from the moment we left the hospital. Of course, I hadn't forgotten about it on purpose. Up until now, I hadn't even thought about it. More than that, I didn't even have the sense to think about it. Since when? When did your medicine run out? No, Satsumi! Then it's almost been an entire day. In my case, I had been told by the doctors that 2 days without taking any was my limit, and most likely it was similar in her case. Can we steal medicine? Oh no, did it move? Okay. With the amount of medicine that we carried on hand, it was obvious that sooner or later we would wind up like this. Right now, what should I do? Alright, cool. Yeah, I know. And you don't want home either, right? Once again, the silver coupe ran on. In the end, I got off the expressway at the next exit. It wasn't like that would fix anything, but I wouldn't be able to do anything while on it. From the bleak expressway exit, I continued driving towards an urban area. Then I searched, not for a small town doctor, but a large hospital. More precisely, I was looking for the pharmacies near large hospitals. To be honest, going to a hospital may have been the best thing. If I were a normal sickness, I would have done so without any hesitation. However, we were residents of the 7th floor. Vinyl identification bracelets wrapped around our wrists were white. And also, we were people who had fled from the 7th floor. While thinking about that, I peered around while gripping the wheel. I was sure that a pharmacy near a large hospital should have most things. Found one! Standing on the corner facing a large street was some university hospital. Right near it were signs of 2 or 3 pharmacies. Just when I decided I wouldn't be able to find parking, I found an open space and quickly stopped the car. Hey, let me borrow your medicine bag. With a mystified expression, the girl handed the bag with medicine over. I took the bag of the hospital-used medicine and took out only the paper explaining the medicine. With this, it should be fine. Well, I'll be back soon. Leaving her alone in the car, I ran the short distance to the pharmacy. Whoosh! Passing through the rather slow automatic door, I came into the store. I headed straight for the counter. Welcome! The person who called out to me was a middle-aged man. Wearing white clothes, he really fit the image of a pharmacist. I need this medicine, please. Please. Yes, please. Wait a moment. With that, the man took the medicine explanation paper I handed over and went to the back. Wait, can you just give it? I feel like that's illegal. Most likely, instead of dispensing normal medicine, this place dispensed medicine from hospitals. Well, yeah, it's a pharmacy. What? When I went to an outpatient hospital before, I remember going into a place just like this just to get medicine. Obviously, it's built right next to the hospital, so I thought that most medicines would probably be gathered here. Sorry for the wait, it comes out to this much. Eventually, the man returned. In his hand were clear bags with capsules of medicine. He was carrying 2 bundles of them. With that much, it was probably alright for a while. At a glance, there was probably 1 week's worth. And then as I was taking out my wallet, before that, may I have your prescription? Prescription? I'm talking about the prescription for the medicine. These are the clinical, you see. UCC. You received one from your doctor, right? I hadn't expected this. Oh god, I would hate to be in that situation. That's like the social anxiety. Well, no, thinking about it calmly, these weren't over-the-counter items and you couldn't normally buy these. Something the matter. No, faltered, and the man in white began to lay increasingly suspicious eyes on me. Wait, that's... Then noticing the white bracelet wrapped around my wrist, the words that were written on it. My name, blood type. Oh my god, why don't you take it off? And then he was trying to read the name of the hospital. Grab. The medicine left on the glass counter reflexively grabbed the whole pile. Okay, first of all, they wouldn't do that. Second of all, Okay, I guess because you did do that, we have the right to steal them. Hey, wait! The man behind the counter gave a great shout. I heard the voice behind me, but I was already running. It was only 5 meters from the shop exit. Unable to gain a steady footing, I was stumbling, but even then I ran on in a daze. Well, I mean, like, if you're okay, I wonder how sick they are. I just like, I'm thinking like if he's running, like, shouldn't it be hard to catch? But no. And then come into a rather slow automatic door as I was making the leave the store. It was then. Plan crash. Ow, damn it. Suddenly for a moment my awareness turned white. I slammed my head into the edge of the automatic door while enough force seemed to have cracked. No! That's what I'm saying, like, there's no way, like, if he's already sick enough, I feel like if he's rushing out, I don't know if he can complete that successfully. While shaking my wobbly head, I reached out with my hand and opened the automatic door that had stopped partially open. When I got out of the store, I began running. I hadn't let go of the bag of medicines that I've been holding. Phew. Unable to help myself, I was out of breath and I wound up raising my chin on. It was only a few 10 meters to the car, but it felt awfully long. It didn't seem like anyone was chasing me, but I didn't even have the luxury looking back to check. If I were caught, what would happen to her? Alone in the car, she would probably sit there forever, waiting for my return. As I thought about that for some reason, I ran in earnest. While staggering out of breath and thinking that this was my full strength, in spite of myself, I felt it was sad. Slam. Phew. As if collapsing, I fell into a seat, planted heavily as I tore into the car onto the road. Okay. Well, I mean, Setsumi's already tired, so I guess we would just drive too. Really, more so than the other day in the pachinko parlor, I became aware of how much strength had dropped. And then checking the rear mirror, it looked like I'd really been cut by the glass. A bit of blood was flowing from my forehead. If it's just this much, it'll likely stop soon, but while driving, I lightly pressed some pocket tissues on it. Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Nothing. I waved my hand to the girl, directing out a worried face toward me, telling her not to worry, and then I handed her the bundle of medicine, still gripped in my left hand. Here, take your medicine. With this, I thought we'd be fine for the moment. At least it would probably hold us up for a week. But when this runs out, what would happen? Steal from another pharmacy! It was good that today I had been a success by chance, but it was clear that my own strength was declining every day. Originally, we didn't have a goal or place to go, because we had no desires, we had no fears of losing anything. But now these things were slightly different. With the birth of purpose, the fear of loss also was born. Alright, I mean, hopefully we can figure out a way to go to Awajishima, man. The day cleared up and clear. The day cleared up and that clear. What? The day cleared up and that clear, so very high sky that was characteristic of winter spread wide. Once again, we went on the expressway. Right now, we left the Suita Junction and we're running along the Chugoku Expressway. Hey, what's the next one? Got it, the Sanyo Expressway, right? Following the girl's directions, the silver coupe ran. Coming all the way here, the signs along the way were occasionally showing the words Awajishima. Since the day we escaped from the 7th floor, the trip odometer had already passed 900 kilometers. It seemed unthinkable that we had gone so far, but our destination was just a short distance away. Thank God! Let's go to Awajishima. Eventually, a large bridge approached before us. This is Akashi Kaikyo Bridge. It's an amazing bridge, isn't it? The two of us couldn't help but be impressed. It was as if it ran atop the sea forever. Then after we drove for a while, right in the middle of the bridge, here and there, cars were stopped and people could be seen. Most likely those are tourists who got out of their cars to take commemorative photos. Imitating those people, I pulled the car to a stop along the side of the road. Well, if it's just for a bit, it'd probably be fine. Besides, from what we've seen, a number of other cars that stop in the same way. Come now, let's go out for a bit and have a look. I'm sure it's got an amazing view. She still sounded a little reluctant, but she got out of the car to join me. Phew! A strong cold wind fizzed the top of the bridge. It's colder than it seems, isn't it? Since we normally wouldn't come out of the car, we felt it all the more. In contrast to us, farther down, there were two people that seemed to be a couple. It looked like they were taking commemorative photos and raising their voices so happily that even we could hear. Looking around closer, other than the oh my god. Looking around closer, other than those two, there were families and groups also taking pictures. A commemorative picture, eh? Certainly for a place like this, one was necessary. Speaking of which... Yeah, wait a sec. Or, you wait and see. If only we had a photo, huh? I was certain that there had been a camera. Oh my god, we're gonna take a picture. I remember that before the first time I had searched through the car, I had found a cheap disposable camera. At the time, from what I saw, I thought there were a few shots left. Pulling out the camera, I checked the film. Wonderful, there's still 2 shots left. Wow, just 2? Okay. Sorry for the wait. Look, I'll take one of you. Picture. Photo, since we're here after all. Now, don't say that. Strike a pose or something for me. As I spoke, I readied the camera and pointed it at her. Come now, try to make a bit happier face. Oh my god. What is up with my voice and what is up with, like, this scene? However, maybe because she was embarrassed, even when she finally faced this way, she had a sulking expression. Or perhaps, for her, this was her trying her best to make a smile. Aww. As I thought about that, I made ready to shoot the camera. Excuse me, could you take a picture of us? Huh? Sure. A random couple came up to us with the camera in hand. Okay, ready? Yes, please. Happily, the 2 hugged shoulders and the 2 of them smiled. I placed the 2 of them in the viewfinder and hit the shutter. Thank you very much. Tell me, are you gonna take our picture? Yes! Well, in exchange, we'll take a picture of you 2. Huh? No, I just pressed here on the camera, right? Faster than my reply, he took my camera. Actually, it was more like he snatched it. Most likely he was being polite. Ignoring our hesitation, he quickly readied the camera. Come now, the 2 of you get close together. As those words, I moved my body just a bit closer to the girl. Still looking emotionless as always, the girl next to me also moved just a hint closer. Could you please could you please pose a bit more? Excuse me, you don't have to tell me how to take a picture or be in a picture. Noisily, the boyfriend started adding more requests. Looking closer, the guy's girlfriend was also giving us exasperated looks. Thinking there was no helping it, from behind her back to her shoulder, I slowly wrapped my arm around her. Natsumi. It was the first time I touched her body. The feeling of a childish clothes we bought the other day and the waist-length hair spread from my hands. Natsumi. Natsumi's like, dude, don't you even touch me! I'm looking at the camera. I couldn't even see the girl's expression, but maybe. She might be wearing that embarrassed, pouty face that she would only show very rarely. Well then, ready? Like, oh, we have 2 pictures. Can you give me another one? Perhaps satisfied that they had taken a decent picture, the couple returned to their car. We also turned towards our own car. A girlfriend, eh? Looks like we've been mistaken. Could it be that we look like it? I said in just a bit of a joking way. For some reason it felt fun and I just wound up continuing in that light tone. Well, no. Well, what do you think, Satsumi? He finally- Did he ever call her Satsumi before? I feel like this is the first time I've read this. What's with that? What's with that? Oh. Oh wait, no, I thought she was saying something. What's with that? You're the kid here. Even with those words, the same as always, she was facing the window. Her expression was the same and she didn't even move to look in my direction. But that was... Her eyes weren't the ones that always looked so far away. I had a feeling that it was embarrassing and she was turning her face away. Yeah, I mean, embarrassing idea, but hey, it's fine. Looking up at the high sun, that characteristically blue sky spread on and on. From then, we went on for just a bit and arrived at the Sumoto interchange. Once again, we exited and returned to the normal roads. We finally arrived, haven't we? Probably more like, Since the day we left 7th floor, the car's trip odometer showed some 900 kilometers. Yeah, I know! God! Why do you keep saying the same shit over again? Okay, from an unplanned start, we really didn't make it all the way here. Well, where should we go from here? South, got it. Following the girl's directions, I set off. Of course, coming here, even I knew what place would be. I could see a number of signs for tourists in front of me. However, I followed her navigation. I had a feeling that it would be wrong if I didn't. For some reason, I wanted to do it that way. Well, yeah. Oh, is that it? Oh no. It says Narcissus. Does that mean she's gonna die? We're all gonna die together?